What's a piece of technology you couldn't live without? I don't think there's a piece of technology that I could not live without. I make very sure that I'm not attached to anything, and that I do not rely on anything so much that the tool becomes a crutch, the only way to communicate or accomplish something. What would I be most disappointed without? The internet. My smartphone would be the next gadget, as many jobs obviously require one for group messaging, calls, etc. Probably nothing like that. Technologies were developed by humans to save time, not for the people's survival. Unlike this generation, there were times people lived without any technology and they never ran behind it. Internet, gadgets, etc. are not a need unless we get used to it. I think pen and paper don't count. Hard to gauge this one, but I could say my PC because I use it every day. But if it disappeared, I would still be alive. Technically, I have a gas cooking stove, so I can cook. With that, I have a hand grinder for coffee. Maybe the heating system in the house. If that was gone, I'd freeze to death. OpenAI Chat, Google Gemini, Wikipedia, Microsoft products and Apple products. Maybe virtualization too. Please read my other comments and posts. Search Author 3 a background intern 56 type link. If you are interested, and if you have the time, thank you in advance. Considering how it can get to 40 fairly often during the winter where I am, I'll say heating. Sure, fires and insulated clothing exist, but if that fire doesn't last all night or those clothes get wet or scraped up, I'm screwed. Internet. Hands down. My fiancé lives 9,600 miles away, and I would be lost without Skype. Honestly, it's how people did long-distance relationships when it involved writing a letter and then waiting 3 weeks for a reply. GPS. The fact we have technology, we can type an address in and get turn-by-turn instructions is crazy to me. It's how people lived without it before. My sense of direction is terrible. Smartphones and the internet because I'm an annoying kid who's always on Insta and other social media. I need it for communication, studies and for research, etc. The digital audio workstation running on my laptop. I use it to make music for albums I release of my own stuff, my bands and musical friends. I'd be lost without it. Nothing. Sure, I need my glasses, medications and phone, but I could live without them. My quality of life would be greatly impacted without any of those things. Plumbing in general is great. Shitting in woods and not having running water is kinda bad, I suppose. And I really liked outdoors. Also, fire is nice to have. Probably my PC. It's over 15 years old now. It can still do tons of stuff and covers ground for net use. Movies and old video game emulators. I would have to say my cell phone charger seems to be a major issue these days. What worse than running out of battery life? Matrix, I must always be in the know as to whether or not human currents can travel freely through the ether. Does modern medicine count as piece of technology? My meds are my only way of controlling my restless leg syndrome. One of those tubes you spin round your head and it goes roo. My life would be so difficult with that. Deadbolt. Try living without one if you're not out on the streets and watch your quality of life go down the sewer. That big shield thing protecting the earth from alien invasion that those kind men in black look after for us. The TV. As simple as it sounds, we've all become dependent on having that constant stream of entertainment. The wheel. I mean, have you ever tried to drag something using a rotating never do? The wheel. I mean, have you ever tried to drag something using a rotating never do? Indoor plumbing. Imagine getting up to go to shit at night, and you have to do it in the back garden. My coffee maker with a timer. I can't function without coffee, and it's brewed when I get up. My glasses. I would have walked right into something lethal if they didn't exist. A cooking pot and some sort of way to make fire. Otherwise, I'm good to go. As a computer science student, any piece of technology might hurt my soul. Because electricity is so powerful, life as we know it is possible. Smartphone. It's like having a Swiss Army knife in your pocket. My Jonta 200 super chromatic peril sensitive sunglasses.